Alright, we are going to get going here very shortly. If it's ready up, start qualifying. We are round 1, season 5 for KWRacing here at the Hungary. Looks like we do have a full grid, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Where will everybody figure out who will get the season off to a good start first. Go over the last season champs real quick here. Just give me 1 minute to get that page pulled up on my phone. So last season, last season drivers champ, once my phone loads, was MK Hitch. The constructors champions were Mercedes. So see if they can keep up their form here tonight. I believe so. Hitch should be. Gotta see what everybody's looking like for team-wise. As we get rolling here, so Hitch is back on Mercedes. So with Tag Draken so they got the title defend there for the structures. So like what I normally like to do is we'll put this all on, and we'll see what happens once people start going out. So usually what I do is I will follow the first person, turn my turn on it, and then we'll go from there here. Just waiting on people to start going out there. See what the weather's be like. Hungary has a higher possibility of rain normally, so we'll see if it's going to be dry. Looks like we got some people going on the pits. Yep, we do, finally. So we'll go see these guys here, see who's out first. Looks like we have a Red Bull as the first one. So AJ Saints will be the first one on the track, looks like. So we'll jump on to AJ Saints will be the first one out, looks like. We have a bunch of people coming on the track. Looks like we have a handful of people coming out here. So we have both Haas drivers out, both Alpines. Just a handful of guys out there going right now. So hopefully we get clean runs here. We'll go from there. So, AJ Saints running the old 97 tonight. So let's see what the old driver in the old number 97 can do. It looks like he's got a clear track ahead of him. Nobody. Looks like we have a couple guys leaving the pits. Let's see. Hopefully he can stay clean. We're coming out turn 4, stay 4th gear. DRS open, going down the main straight. So downforce is key here to get through sector 2, but you gotta do a compromise because of sector 1. So into turn 1, down to 2nd gear to help rotate, then up to 3rd gear real quick. We'll put DRS for the 2nd straight. Turn down to turn 3, down to 3rd gear to help it rotate. Take the turn a little bit wider, then open up turn 4. We'll go down to turn 5 and 6 here, all the way up to 7th gear, drop it down to 6, maybe 5th to help it turn. Flat out down here to turn 7, 5th gear, usually 4th to help rotate sometimes, and all the way up to the chicane. 50-meter board breakdown to turn 2nd gear, break the chicane, going now through the S's of sector 2. Let's see what happens here as it goes through here. Try to make the track as wide as possible, staying within the white lines. Stay in the 6th up to 7th gear to make this turn. Down to the final right-hander up here. Down to 3rd gear, maybe 2nd to help make the turn. And up to 4th gear real quick to help alleviate tire spin. And then down to 2nd gear to make the really long sweeping left. And then up to the final turn, 5th gear, then drag down to 4th to help make the turn. And then flat out down to the start-finish line, DRS open. So time to beat first lap is going to be a 1:17.6. We have a Haas coming up behind him, a base track of 1:17.0. Mercedes coming down now of MK Hitch. He will have be starting a lap. We have the Alfa Romeo starting a lap. We have Blitzing at 121.2 and Joe at 117.6. We have the Aston Martin of Pancake at 117.4 and Timmy at 118.3. We have Williams slow. Do it for Dale's not on the lap. Third starting lap. We have Flash at 117.3. So we're going to go to Tech Draken now, coming down the finish lap, and he's going to have 118.9. So right now our provisional pole is Days Check at 117.0. We have Moldy Dragon coming around. Start a lap, we have Jeering. So Moldy's will be finishing the lap here to cross the line for this lap is 116.8. So that is new pole position, new provisional pole. Freebird starting lap. We're going to go down to the Red Bull here. PDN starting a lap. Anybody down here on a lap? We have Books. Books is on a lap now with the Alpine. Going down to the final turn. Let's see what kind of lap time he can run. Looks like the Red Bull Vermin starting lap, so hopefully he didn't. No, he is slow, so that must have had a bad lap. So 152.3, so he's probably recharging and going again. We have a Mercedes coming up here. It's going to be Hitch. He's going to be at a 116.9, so it's slower than Moldy Dragon. The second place, we have Do It For Dale at 118.6. I think he just finished the lap. We have the Astons coming in the pits. Who we have now coming down there? Everybody's coming on the lap. Brembo. Turf Litter's coming out to finish the lap, so there'll be the next one. Ball Guy disqualified from the session, so he will start tail. 118.5, so that's P9 for Turf Litter. We have the Mercedes going to the pits. We have Alpine, so we'll go down to Eric now is be the next one here to finish the lap. Take the turn to the right, flat out down the start finish line. DRS open, this will be 119.8, so it's P12 right now. Looks like we have an Aston Martin maybe coming in the pits. Freebird is finishing a lap, so he'll be the next one to come down here. So let's see what he does for a lap time. Ball Guy left the session, so I wonder what happened there. So we have a 120.1 for Freebird. We have PDN coming on to finish lap here in the Red Bull. He's going to be 117.3, so that's P5 on the board. Let's see, we have Turtler, we have a Do It For Dale. He's going to the pits. Turtler's probably going to the pits as well. So there's a lot of guys on either cooldown laps or out laps. So let's see what happens. It looks like Eric spun. They're going on a cooldown. We have a handful of guys that have not set a lap yet. So let's see who we got. It looks like Eric has cooled his tires now with the hot tires. He's struggling to get through sector 2. So Freebird coming through there. I think he's on a cooldown maybe. He's on a lap. Looks like he's up on his time, but he has no ERS left, so this will be interesting. So coming down to finish the lap, is he going to keep running this, or is he going to go in? He's going to keep running it. He might improve. He's on the 120s now. He's going to be slightly fast on that one. Yeah, he is actually slower. So we have a lot of guys on out laps now. Hearing going in. All these guys down here towards the back. The 2 Williams and the Ferrari Van Repstra, they're all on out laps. Not good for Ferrari though, with Ball Guy having a DSQ for qualifying. So we have Slow and Steady will be the next one on a lap. Because Aston is not. He's on that lap. The other Williams on that lap. Alpine. So Blitzing is on a lap. It looks like he's starting lap 121.2, so he is still going. Draken starting a lap 118.9. Have the. He's starting a lap, looks like. So we have a lot of guys starting a lap. We have the Williams of Brembo starting a lap. Timmy is on a lap right now. 118.3, so moves up to P10. There's a lot of guys on slow laps. So we're going to go down here to Slow and Steady because he's going to be the next one to actually finish the lap. So Slow and Steady coming through in the Williams. He is going through sector 1, the number 71 down to the final 3 turns of the track. 55.8 through sector 2. We have the Red Bull behind him of AJ Saints, so see how well this is going to work out. Both guys on laps. So coming around to finish the lap here. So slow and steady will be at a 1:18.2. The Blues up to P11. And AJ Saints move up to P3 at the 1:17.0. So he does get ahead of Dace Chuck. Timmy, do it for Dace Chuck is starting lap. We have a lot of guys starting laps right now. So we have these two guys on validated laps. Dace Chuck is starting a lap. Timmy is coming around to finish a lap. So he's going to be the next one to come across the line. So he is slow compared to his Delta. So he's probably going to go in. Bermo's going to be the next one. He's invalidated, so he's lost a wing. So he is going to have to go to the pits. So next one will be in Rapture. He is invalidated, so is he going to continue on here? I'm assuming he is the number 40. Let's see what he does. I'm assuming going to continue on. He is. So Flash is going to be the next one coming through here. He's on a slow lap right now. So he's going to go again. PDN's going wide. He has not started a lap yet. So we have Blitzing Hawk coming through here. No, it's not Blitzing Hawk. It's going to be Books. So Books will be the next guy here. Looks like to start a lap. So Books is coming out here to finish lap. He is slow as well. Williams is next. Try slow and steady. He's going to the pits. We have Aston Martin. Just trying to find someone that's on a lap right now. So Mike Pancake is on a lap and he is up on his time. So let's see. Just a couple tenths to make him jump a bunch. 1:17.0. So that's going to be P5 currently. Moldy Drag is still provisional pole. We have both Alpha Romeo's coming up to finish the lap. Turf Thunder's coming on next. He will have it. Oh, he's on a slow lap. So that's going to be next. We have Do for Dale. He is going to be restarting his lap. Flash is next. He's not. And Rapture's going to be the next one across. Let's see. Is he going to have a good lap or is it going to be validated? So far, it's good. So 56.7 through sector 2 right now, going through the final sector. And next will be Flash. So let's see where Rapture can put his lap. Coming through sector 3. And coming around to finish his lap, and Rapture is going to be probably the 1:19s. 1:19.3, so that's going to be P15 currently. It's a good lap for Rapture. So Flash coming around to finish his lap. Can he improve? He is not. So he's going to be starting another lap. So Hitch is coming around to finish the lap now with PDN right behind him. So Hitch is on a slow lap. PDN is a 1:16.7, so he jumps up past Moldy Dragon. He's ahead of him, and I think Moldy just might have spun. No, Moldy did not. Moldy's not on the track. So he's got to come on the track now if he wants to get pole. So we have Freebird coming to the pits. We have Alfa Romeo. So that's going to be Terry, probably. Thunder coming out of first lap. Oh, and he spins. Thunder spins going through there, so he lost his time. We have Brooks coming around, I think, to finish his lap. Brooks is validated, so he's going to go to the pits. Timmy coming out to finish his lap. He is currently not invalidated, so he's going still. He is a 2-minute lap, so that's not going to be him. Jerry's going to go to the pits. The next one's going to be Do It For Dale. He's going in the pits. Didn't like that lap. We have Brembo and Rapture. It's invalidated. So we have a couple guys just doing their own thing currently. Next one is going to be Flash. This time, so he's up 3 times. I could put him up in the top 3. No, he was slow coming across the line, so must have the last couple turns. MK is going to be next. Is he up in his time? He is slow currently, so he is maybe burning off some fuel to help. No, he lost the wing, so he is going to the pits. So next will be Freebird. He's finishing his lap. He is on a hot lap, and he is slow. Just kind of looking to see who's on laps right now. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left of the session. So we have AJ Sayers go out of the pits. This is where everybody's going to get going. I mean, this isn't a very long lap, so if you just all you got to worry about is getting your gap if you're going to go out. Do it for 2. He's doing a lap, so we'll go on his. He's spun coming through the last turn. There's going to go to the pits. Next one's going to be Brembo. Brembo's going to be the last one to set a lap currently. The guys that still have not DQ'd. So Brembo coming down the last turns. I'm going to guess he's probably going to be in the 118s. I know this lap. 1:19.0. So puts a P15 currently. So we have Chef Joe. He's going through his purple sector 1, so he's doing good. Got Aston Martin coming across the backstretch, so that's going to be Freebird. We'll go down to him. He's finishing his lap. He's up on his time majorly. So 1 second is going to boost him up towards the P15, P14 area. That's where he was at the end of sector 2. Had a wide last turn, so that's going to hurt him a little bit, but I'll get him a little extra speed down the straight. He's going to be P14, 1:18.7. We have some guys coming across the finish here, so we'll do Joe. Just come across. 1:16.4, so he's 1:17.1, so he has P7. Moldy Dragon coming across to finish the lap. He's starting a lap. So he's starting a lap. We have Do It For Dale behind him on a lap as well. So those two are on a lap. That's going to hurt both of them. During on a lap as well. So he's starting a lap. We don't have anybody on actual laps right now that are in the middle of the lap, are we? Rapture's on a lap, so he is slow, so he's going to do another one. Slow studies in the pits. Tech Dragon spun on the backstretch, so he is slow right now. He ends on an out lap. Moldy Dragon spun, so he is in a purple sector 1, but he is slow now. So if he's doing another run, AJ Saints, we have a couple guys retiring because they're not going to get a lap in. Let's see. So coming out of the backstretch, we have an Alpine first, so we'll see what he's at. I don't want this to be Blitz, so it's probably not going to be him. We'll do the 2 Alfa Romeos. So Arthur is slow. Do It For Dale is faster, so let's see what he can do so he can improve his time. Let's see here. So Do It For Dale with 1 minute 40 seconds left to qualify in here. So Do It For Dale is going to be 1:18.6, so that'll be P13 still. Does that improve his lap? Moldy, I believe, is running another lap. Oh, that's cheering. Yeah. So Rapture's coming out of finish lap. He's half second up on his time right now. And 1:19.0 for Rapture. He does improve. So that's tough luck ball, guys. So hopefully we get you going here. Last isn't necessarily a bad thing here, especially to turn 1. So we had Slow going through there. What else we have coming up here? We have Hitch on a lap. He should be coming through there, as well as Flash. We'll see what these two guys do. Hitch is on a slow lap. Flash is improving. So Hitch is starting a lap with 44 seconds left. Flash is starting a lap as well. So those two are really close to each other for starting laps. We have guys go to the pits. Let's see. Earther is invalidated, so these guys are slower, I think. So Do It For Dale's retiring. Tether is going to try to go for another lap. That puts us on Moldy Dragon, I believe. Nope, that puts us on Eric. He's pitting. Trying to find people that are still on runs here. We have a Red Bull. PDN coming across. He is starting a lap with 8 seconds left, so he'll be the last one across the line. Moldy is slow. He's not going to be there to get a lap, so he's going to be done. So Moldy's finishes as a 1:16.8, so his highest season he gets P2. So instead of coming around to finish the lap, he's like 10th up on his time. Is not going to improve his position if he stays there. 19.1's P10 still, and then we have an Aston Martin, a Mike Pancake. P2 for Mike Pancake, 116.7. Sorry, I lost him in the shuffle there for a second. Hitch coming around to finish the lap. And then we have Flash right behind him. Hitch coming around to get is going to be the 116s, 116.3. So that's going to be P1. Flash is 117.0, so P5. So that's pole for Hitch currently, but right now we still have PDN on a fast lap. So he's going to be the last one left. It's a lap, but Rapture's coming around and finish the lap, but I think he's going to the pits. So currently PDN's the guy to watch. He's currently even on his time. He's going to gain 4 tenths by the end of this to get his to try to improve his position. Currently on P-Run, and he spins it going through the last turn. So he will be P2. MK Hitch gets the first pole of the season. It is ball guy, but I got a feeling there's going to be some retirements, though. So I'm just going to stay out of trouble. So we will get going again. Wait for the announcement here. We are going to get going again probably here and wait for Mike to do the time. So that puts Mercedes and Red Bull on the front row. And then it puts Mike Pancake in P3, Multi Dragon P4, Flash P5, AJ States P6, Dace Chuck 7th, Chef Joe 8th, Books 9th, and Slow and Steady 10th. So currently I have 2 Red Bulls in the top 10. That's good for their points, hopes. And everybody else is 1 by 1, looks like. So it'll be probably about 5 minutes before we get going again here. So let's see what happens here in this one. And good luck to the drivers. So I'll be back here once we get going for the formation lap. All right. Let's get this thing going here. It's time to get it on. 20 guys for 36 laps, I believe, around Hungary. So let's see what happens. Can Hitch keep this far open and get this win, or is somebody else going to take it from him here? So I'll set this up here. We are going to do position change for the start here. This way, kind of give an idea of how many places people jump or fall on the start of this. So let's see what happens here. Tough for ball guy though. With that DQ and qualifying, he's gonna have a bunch of spots to make up on the start. Dave's Chuck spinning on the formation lap. Nice job, Chuck. Proud of you. And he DQ'd himself from being stopped in one spot for too long. So he's going to have cold tires on the start of this one. So let's see what the two Mercedes drivers can do. We got one P1 and one P15. So let's see if they both can get points. We have two Red Bulls in the points. On the catch, we have two AlphaTauris in the points too. So that's double points for both those guys off the start here. So the senior and junior Red Bull teams are doing really good here. We have an Aston in the top 10. We have a McLaren. We have an Alpine and Williams. So a good mix. We have Haas and P7 on the start. We also have Timmy starting P11. So that's a good start. Both Alfa Romeos are out of the points. And then both Ferraris. So it'll be kind of interesting to see if we can get every team on the board in the points this season on first race or what. So with these guys warming tires up, Hitch started to back these guys up. This track's so short that the guys, they're going through the final turn for the formation lap, and ball guys coming through the, what's that turn? Just going through turn 14 right now. So looks like we had Moldy spun it on the formation lap. Nice job, Moldy. Proud of you. All right, but everybody's starting to line up here, so we'll do some tires here real quick, see who's on what. So we have Hitch on the hards off the start, PDN, Mike, Moldy, Flash, AJ on mediums. We have Chicho, Books on softs, Hooverdale Freebrand on hards, and Rapture Bremel on hards, Blitzing on softs, and then everybody else is on mediums. So let's see here. This track is also pretty strange on track limits, so let's see who can keep it clean as well for this. So we are going to wait for the lights to go green here. Green flag's waving down there. So the first round of the Season 5 for KWRacing is underway, and it is lights out, and away we go. We have Hitch getting away pretty poorly here. Hitch gets actually way better than PDA. PDA gets a really poor start. Moldy gets along the inside of him, alongside of Flash. There's 3 wide going into turn 1 for second place. So we have a big crash towards the back. We have a big crash. We have Tag Draken Squad. Books got on the side of him. Slow and steady got damage. That's a really big crash on the start. I wonder if Tag probably got some wheel spin up the start. Not very good. Timmy jumps up 2 spots. We have a full course safety car after that one. No surprise. So that is big hits for a lot of people here off the start. But all I looked back and all I saw was the Mercedes dead left going across the track. So tough luck for them. Looks like Bush got the short end of it because he had to run on the side of somebody. So that's gonna at least give guys a chance to get the damage fixed. And then maybe the guys that are on the softs put the hards on and maybe try to go to the end if there's no safety cars. So it'd be interesting to see. Big gainers on this. Ball guy up to 13th. Brembo up to P12. Those are the 2 biggest gainers of this. Biggest losers off the start is slow and steady down from P10 to P16. And Tech Dragon down 4 spots. So let's see who all has to pit to do some damage repair. So we'll see what happens here. Let's see anybody going to the pits to change tires or anything. That was a pretty big impact. That was all I looked back and all I saw was damage or parts flying. So it's been really interesting to see what's going to happen here. I would have a feeling we'll have some people pitting for damage repair. Right now, currently, we have nobody but maybe slow and steady going in. I figured, yeah, slow and steady. Slow and Steady and Draken are the two guys coming in, probably because they'd have damage. So Draken, no wing damage, but he's putting tires on it. So I don't know what, maybe just try to do some repairs. And then Slow and Steady's getting the wing. So that's pretty crazy. Then that way the FI can get some damage cleaned up on the front stretch as well. So pretty big cards at the start of this thing. So now let's see what happens here as we get going. We'll probably doing be restarting on lap 4. So let's see what happens. We'll get everybody lined and racked to stack back up, and we'll cut them loose again. So right now we have both Red Bulls in the top 10 of the points. We have both Haas's in the points. We have Alfa Romeo in the points, and then 2 Alfa Tauris. So the only people we don't have in the points right now would be the Ferraris, and both Alpines are out of it. So really interesting. But Hitch is starting off right where he left off last season, back in the front. So those are the 2 predicted pit strategies for the guys that are starting on mediums and the softs. I'm assuming Tyler or Hitch is going to go from hards to mediums or hards to softs towards the end. Softs can do about 10 laps here with decent pace. So he might, if he starts to be hards long enough, he might do that just to get better pace at the end. As far as the guys like softs ain't pitting for the hards or mediums because you get the tire swap out of the way right now. You have to pit again anyways, but put the mediums on, do 2 stints of mediums at the race and a half. But we'll see what happens. Probably have one more lap to go in the safety car when the rain's out, and we'll see what happens. We'll be back here at the end of this lap here if we go on. I'll be right back. Alright, so currently we have Brembo and Balga, the 2 biggest gainers on that. Slow and Steady and Dace Truck down the most off of that restart. Off of that, so Dace Truck must have come in on that to put fresh tires on after all that happened. So it's interesting to see what happens. They're coming through to start sector 2 right now. We'll know here. We'll know here towards the end of this if the safety car goes in. They probably will because everybody's lined back up. So I wouldn't be surprised if the safety car goes in off of this. So we'll see what happens here now that we got the position change out of the way. We will do, we'll leave this up for a lap or 2 till we get to like lap 10, and then we'll see what happens where people come out at after. Let's start getting some pit stops, as we do have some people on softs, I believe. Safety car is in, so yeah, we have 3 guys on softs. So let's go once we get some pit stops here. Probably a lap on lap 10. We'll switch the tire 1 up here after a bit. But I like to keep the position change up for the first 5 or 6 laps just to see who's the biggest position changers are. So when is Hitch going to go? Safety car's coming around to the pit lane entrance right now, so he can leave from any time. No passing the safety car line or the start finish line. So when is the number 99 Mercedes? It looks like he led already. So did he catch PDN off guard? Looks like he did slightly. There's a big gap, but a 6 to 7 tenths gap off the start, and he's actually almost got a second. By the time he gets halfway down the front, there's 8 tenths of a second gap on them. It looks like we have a spin. Turns under spins coming through the final turn, and he collects Timmy as well. So that's yellow sector 3, but no safety car. So we're going to keep going, but tough luck for those guys. As we keep going here, looks like MK Hitch had a poor turn 1 though. PDN had a good turn 1. And looks like Flash and Moldy battling side by side for P3. Mike Pancake down a spot, and it looks like Chef Joe is coming up through the field as well. Ball Guy up to P8 already, up 12 spots from the back of this thing, and Jeering up to P9, up 7 spots. So we have a lot of positions gained back towards the field. But Moldy Dragon and Flash right now battling for position. Looks like Dave's truck spun towards the back of the field as well, so a tough break for him. It's a long race for him in general. So PDN and MK Hitch battling for the lead, 3 tenths of a second apart, going through sector 2. Let's see if you keep it in bounds here. We're going to switch to the tires up now. That way it's up. So we have the medium versus the hard tires right now. Looks like PDM might be in the camera seat off the start. Looks like Moldy Dragon, looks like Flash spun going through there. So that's a tough break for him. So that puts Moldy Dragon up to P3 and puts Mike Pancake up to P4. PDN trying to catch the back of MK Hitch, but it's not getting nowhere. They're going to have slipstream down in turn 1. Looks like PDA get a faster lap like he did, 1:20.8. So see what we can do at turn 1. That was where he gained a lot of time the last lap. Could he get anywhere this time? And he gets really close to the back. Late braking for sure. Mike Pancake and Moldy Dragon battling for P3. Looks like they are trying to go side by side. Moldy Dragon is starting to lose touch with the leaders, which will put Mike Pancake in DRS threat once the DRS is active here. So it looks like they're going up towards turn 5 and 6. MK Hitch still leading by about 0.3 of a second. Brembo passing for P9 here. Side by side going through turn 4 down towards turn 5 and 6. Looks like Brembo will get the head of Do It For Dale. Back up to the lead we go. We got Mike Pancake and PDM battling for the lead. Sorry, not Mike Pancake. MK Hitch. Mike Pancake is starting to lose touch with Moldy Dragon. Moldy Dragon is about a second and a half behind PDN. So it's going to be about tire management once they get a couple laps in here. But PDN is just trying to stay to the back of MK Hitch. What will happen once they get DRS? Day's truck pending. Looks like he's a pit for a fresh one. Looks like Turtler also did come in. Flash already has track limit penalties. 3 seconds for him. So that's going to be one to watch. Track limits looks like they are starting to hurt these guys already. We have, let's see if, looks like PDN did get a little bit better of an exit. No, MK Hitch got a better exit off that turn. Looks like those hards are starting to fire off now. Going down towards the backstretch, DRS isn't able, but they will not get it till next time around because this is the same detection point for these two zones. Looks like we have a spin. Eric spun off of the final turn, so he will lose a bunch of spots. That puts Ball Guy up to P7. PDA going to see if he can make a move. Not close enough to make a move down into turn 3. Looks like Do It For Dale and Brembo are up. Battle for P8, side by side, or nose to tail. Nothing happening there. Timmy and Rapture also battling towards the back of the field for P15. Timmy looks like he moved up a spot, and Rapture is up to P16 as well. Coming through the back sector of the track, down to the chicane, let's see. Looks like MK is trying to pull away. Nothing happened there. Eric's spinning again in turn 1. Might have some hot tires, just had to get him cooled down here. Going through sector 2, going around the final S's. What's going to happen once the DRS is enabled? Will PDN have better straight line speed than Hitch? Looks like Hitch has a little bit better downforce because he can stay ahead a little bit in sector 1. Loses a little bit down the front stretch. So I think, looks of it, PDN might be carrying a little less wing angle. Joe is on the back of Mike Pancake as well, so that's going to be a battle we're going to watch with AJ Saints right there behind him. Ball Guy not, it is going to be see if they can make a mistake. So with DRS being active, what's going to happen here? It's going to be Mercedes versus Red Bull down into turn 1. Who will come out front? So double helping of DRS for PDN. It's not helping him too much. He's only getting about 2/10. He's going to try to make a move into turn 1. Nothing happened there, but he's going to try to see if he can get a better exit. Let's see if he can get him down into turn 3. It's going to be whoever can get a better braking on this. Moldy Dragon is sitting there to see if any of these guys make a mistake. But that put PDN within 0.3 again of MK Hitch. Did not get him past him though. Do It For Dale still right behind Brembo. And we have Mike Pancake just slightly ahead of MK Hitch. Chef Joe and AJ Saints right behind him. So PDN is staying right on the tail of MK Hitch. The only thing he's got to watch is those medium tires are going to start getting hot following in the wake of MK Hitch. So he's got to be careful not to overwear them before they get too long. So mediums optimal pit stop area is going to be around lap 12. So depending on what he does, if it's a 1 stop, if he does 2 stop, it's going to be 10 laps for each. Looks like Jerry moving out of the way of the leaders. Looks like Moldy Dragon is trying to get back in touch with this because back in a second of these guys were not happening. 4/10 separate the leaders. Right now, looks like Do It For Dale jumps up a spot. Jerry gets a penalty for cutting corners. That's pretty rough there. Looks like Brembo's dropping some spots. Ted Dragon up to P12 after that lap 1 incident. The DRS is going to be open for PDN. Who's going to get the better exit? He is gaining slightly with DRS open. He is hanging right around 4 seconds. Gaining down into turn 1. Who's going to make a move? Hitch is going to defend the inside line. PDN going to go around the outside. There's going to be a switchback. They're going to stay side by side. PDN going to have DRS open going down into turn 3. Where they guys going side by side. Turn 3, and it's still there. Hitch is defending really well. Nice and clean battling going on. It is going to be side by side into turn 4. MKH PDN side by side. Looks like Hitch might hold him off. They're still side by side going up turn 5. Moldy Dragon gets a catburst of this. Looks like PDN's going to stay there, but he's going to have to go around the long way. He's going to back off, get right back behind him. That pulls Moldy Dragon right back into this battle. So there's now a 3-car fight for the top spot. We have Hitch, PDN, and Moldy Dragon. We have Mercedes, Red Bull, and McLaren fighting for the top spot. That pulls Chef Joe up to Mike Pancake as well. So then we got couple different battles going on. KWRacing moving up to P11, trying to catch Freebird, trying to get into the points, making Mercedes double points. We have 3 tenths separating the top 2 spots, and we have Moldy Dragon up to P3. So these hards are going to start firing off right as these mediums are going to start wearing off. So let's see what happens here. Chef Joe is on the softs, and he's starting to catch these guys. And we have Moldy Dragon spinning, going through this penultimate turn. So he's going to be out of this fight, but MKH still has to defend against PDN. PDN gets a way better exit that time, going down into turn 1. DRS is open. He's either trying to make a dive or he's going to wait till the next turn. He's going to get alongside him again. He's going to look to the inside this time. MKH is going to let him go, maybe do switchback. No, he's going to stay side by side, going down to turn 3. Better exit for MKH. And he's going to be ahead going down into turn 3, but they are still side by side. DRS open for the Red Bull. Who's going to get the better exit this time? MKH on the inside. PDN on the outside. The long, faster speed. And then PDN will get the lead. Well, he stays side by side. MKH still very much alongside. We have yellow flags ahead. It's green now. PDN gets the lead from MKH. Good, nice battling right there. So that puts PDN in front, MKH in second, Mike Pancake in third, Chef Joe in fourth, AJ Saints in fifth, battling for fourth, Ball Guy in sixth, and that spin dropped Moldy Dragon all the way down to 7th position. So he's going to collect himself again. Maybe yellow. We have, looks like Eric spinning through sector 2, so that's going to be yellow flags up ahead. So PDN is now 3 tenths of a second ahead of MKH. So now is this. Looks like we have some ERS usage here. So it looks like PDN used a little more ERS than Hitch did. That's going to be an advantage for Hitch. He's got a little more ERS to use. Maybe he's just taking a couple laps to recharge. But coming through the front stretch, it looks like a little snap of oversteer for PDN. So that's going to leave the door wide open for MKH. MKH could try to go around the outside, get a better exit off the turn. So it looks like we have a better exit there. MKH lost a little bit of time going off the last turn. PDN's getting way better exits. PDN is trying to break the slips from Hitch. He's going to try to go around the outside down to turn 1. He's going to get a better braking point, but he overbrakes. MKH overbrakes and loses quite a bit of time there, so he lost about 7 tenths of a second going down in there. Chef Joe is coming to the pits for his first stop. Putting on the mediums, so he's going to go in. We have, also we have Blitz coming in for his first medium stop. So he's going to do 1 or 2 stop here. So let's see what the Alpine of Blitzing does real quick. And I see medium tires sent in the box. So it's going to be medium tires as well for Blitzing Hawk. So go back up to the front. PDN is not getting away. MKH pulled right back up. So that tells me that Hitch has way better downforce, way higher downforce levels down this back chute than PDN. And Mike Pancake is staying right there close to the DRS range, but not close enough to make DRS work. Moldy Dragon is getting close to the back of Ball Guy, though. So he's going to try to make a move down here coming up. See if he can get ahead of him and maybe try to gain Ball Guy up from P20 to P5. So that's really good driving so far. Really good picking up spots. KWRacing up to P10, so that puts Mercedes in top, and both in top 10. And that puts Williams in 11th and 12th. So Moldy Dragon trying to see if we can get around Ball Guy. Look up here to the front real quick, see what happens. Looks like we have a Red Bull AJ Saints spinning towards the penultimate turn there. MKH losing touch with the leader slightly, so that's going to put him back a little ways. Moldy Dragon to see if he's going to make a move here down towards turn 1. Ball Guy defending the racing line, so Moldy Dragon has to go through the inside. That won't put Moldy Dragon up ahead into P4 going down that straight. Ball Guy got a little oversteer coming off that turn, so we had to back off. AJ Saints going to the pits. Did he get damaged from that spin? I think he might have. He did, so they're grabbing a wing, changing the wing, and they're going to put the hard tires on now. He's going to go to the end off of this. So that's going to be a tough break for him. PDN got about a 7 tenths of a second lead on Mike Pancake. Mike Pancake is still staying right there in the 2-second range behind second place. Ball Guy is still within the second. Moldy Dragon is starting to pull away here. Both Alpha tires are 6th and 7th. That puts Freebird at P8, leading this DRS train from P8 all the way down to about P14 over in Rapture. Looks like we have a swap of the Williams. Brembo's getting ahead of Slow and Steady. That might have been a planned swap there. KWRacing is trying to stay on the back of Freebird. See if he can try to make a move here. We have a yellow. So looks like Date's check might have spun again. We have doing for Dale in this. We have Timmy in P13 for Ferrari over in Rapture up in P14, keeping up to this back of this group of cars. So this is a long DRS train forming here. See what happens. Can any of these guys make a move here as they get going? So Brembo is the lone Williams in the top 10. We have a penalty though for Brembo, so that looks like track limits. Hitch is not staying close enough to PDN right now, but that is the tire advantage I feel at this point over the pace of the cars, because the mediums are still holding on slightly. Like I said, mediums you can probably go to lap 12, lap 16, somewhere in there, and then pit, and you know you'd be good. So I feel like that's what's going on here. Looks like Slow and Steady's falling out of DRS range with those soft tires. PDN 3-second penalty, so that is going to hurt him being out front. So that puts MK Hitch as provisional leader right now. He just has to stay in the top 3. So TegDraken is trying to get to the outside of Freebird, but that is not happening. That is the medium tire is not working to his advantage. Slow and Steady is going to lose a spot to Timmy. Timmy looked at the inside of Slow and Steady. Those soft tires are falling off for him as well. So it looks like Timmy's going to get a move. And then Rapture's going to try to make a move around the outside of Slow and Steady. So that is double position loss for Slow and Steady on that turn. So MK Hitch starting to claw back at his gap to PDN. This could just be a battery recharge, which looks like it is. They're both trying to recharge slightly. So MK Hitch, see if he can make some move. He just stayed in the DRS range. Looks like TegDraken also did gain a position off of Freebird, so Freebird lost a spot. He might lose another spot to Brembo down this next straight if he's not careful. So TegDraken up to P8 currently, and we have Brembo up to P9. So I was talking to TegDraken last night when he was doing some practice. He said this is one of his favorite tracks on this. So it's kind of interesting to see him doing good from where he was started here. So Brembo is trying to make a move on Freebird. Looks like MK Hitch is battling side by side with PDN. I didn't see that earlier. So there, nose to tail. Looks like PDN and MK Hitch battling side, nose to tail again. MK is still not making anything happen in this battle. So once PDN got in front, he's been kind of hanging out there. Like I said, those mediums holding off on those hards. They got to make it quite a ways. They got to make it to around lap 20, lap 21 to make it worthwhile pitting onto them. Looks like Brembo's got past Freebird, or trying to still. So let's look at this battle here. Looks like Freebird's still defending. Got a little bit of wheel spin coming through. The Brembo gets ahead. That'll do it for Dalesby. The next one to try to make a move on to Freebird. Looks like Freebird's starting to lose a little bit of grip on the tires, and that's where he's losing pace here. So we have Mike Pancake still, or not Mike Pancake. Apologize, I keep saying that. There's two M's at the beginning of this, and it's kind of hard to keep them separate. MK Hitch trying to stay on the back of PDN. Who's going to have the better exit? Which PDN's had better exits on this corner the whole race so far? DRS is open for MK Hitch, but he is only about 4/10 back. He's not going to be close enough to make a move, I don't think, unless he makes an audacious dive bomb, which is not close enough. 3.7 seconds still separate them. DRS open again for MK Hitch. Let's see if he can get a better exit. He does not. And PDN gets a better exit to MK Hitch. So that puts him right in the catbird seat to get away. Right now, TegDraken is also outside of DRS range from Brembo behind, so that is good for him. So he can get moving on this, try to break away from this, because he's going to have to pit. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch to the leader interval right now, so that way we can see where everybody is, so when they come out, potential stops coming up, where they can potentially come out at. So MK Hitch and PDN battling nose to tail right now currently. Looks like we have Brembo and Freebird battling nose to tail as well, so that's a good battle we got to watch. Looks like Brembo is ahead of him still. Looks like Timmy got past Do It For Dale as well, so that's going to leave the door open for Rapture potentially to try to get by. Rapture stays behind him, so that's good battle on nose to tail all the way through this field here. So coming around to the penultimate turn here coming up, MKH is about 0.6 of a second back from PDN. Can MKH make something happen here? He's about 0.5 of a second away from PDN, but not making anything happen. He is starting to fall back slightly, so a couple things might be happening. Either those mediums are working really good, or those hards are just not working like they had planned. So about a half second back now. MK is starting to catch the back of the light flash in the back. 0.2 of a second. Once side by side into turn one. MK is trying to go on the outside. DRS open back again. Oh, MK gets way loose coming out of the first turn. He had to back off. He was looking on the side of PDN there after that turn. So that puts him in a good position. So this track also has about a 24-27 second pit lane delta. So the leaders right now, if they were to pit, they come up behind Steve Joe, and they would not have any traffic. So this is a good position for these guys to be in right now. What we got battles going on here? Just look for some battles. Right now, it's still the leaders. So we'll stay with this battle because this battle is a good battle to watch. Still nose tail through chicane, just keeping pressure on the Red Bull of PDN. Mike Pancake is still staying within that 3-second gap. So nice part about this is for PDN, he's got that penalty. So if Mike Pancake can stay there, he's got to gain about a half second to get back in that 3-second range. He could potentially gain another spot just off of penalties here. So that's where he's got to watch it. And Rapture spins a DNF. So and Rapture actually did not DNF. He went in the pits and was a DNF. So slow and steady pits also for tires. That's tough break for Rapture, and Rapture is out. So coming down the front stretch, we are 0.6 of a second apart. Mike Pancake is starting to catch the back of this group a little bit. We have... Is MKH going to try to make a dive on him? He is not close enough to make a dive yet. Ball Guy's coming into the pits for his stop, so we'll come look at this. We'll start watching pit stops here. We have the Ferrari of Ball Guy coming in now. So we're starting last. He's putting on the hards. Nice stop for Ball Guy. He only loses about 2 stops. He's got a big gap to Draken, so he should be able to maintain the top 7 position currently right now. But with this coming up here, we have MK still staying in the back of PDN, so he's got to watch where he's at. He's just got to stay there because he's got this race won. Even if he's within 3 seconds, he's just got to stay there. I know in the racer and everybody's going to want to be, there and be ahead of him on track, but, mentally he's got to know that he's got this position currently. So right now with Ball Guy pitting, that's going to put him, if they pit him now, they'll be slightly ahead of Ball Guy currently. So they won't lose hardly any positions if they pit now. So MKH is still in that 1 second, but he's starting to lose the gap a little bit. Brembo is leading the DRS train still between Brembo, Duverdale, and Timmy. We have a battle for Duverdale and Timmy right now. Looks like Timmy spun through turn 6, so he will lose a spot. Mike Pancake is coming in the pits to swap his tires out, so let's see what he does for a pit stop. Coming in the pits. That is hard tires going on. That's Turther with a penalty for track limit, so he's got to watch that as well. So Mike Pancake is down to P6. Stays ahead of Ball Guy, so he's in a good position there as well. So if that gives you an idea where the 2 leaders would come out, they would come out right now, currently, in between those 2 AlphaTauris probably, if they come in now. So MKH staying on the back of PDN. The crazy part is, PDN can go a couple more laps and put the softs up probably. If he can go to lap 25 on those mediums, he can put the softs on and go to the end. Same with Hitch. If they can go to lap 25 or so, if they have a fresh set of fresh softs left, they can go to the end on the softs because, Slow and Steady did quite a bit of the race on those softs. So coming through the final turns, Timmy's in the pits, but I'm assuming to put tires on the wing. So let's see if MKH, I think, is just kind of riding in the trail of PDN right now. Brembo and Duverdale are swapping positions. Looks like Brembo might have got a little bit loose there. Duverdale might have had a run too. So they're staying nose to tail right now. Currently both in the top 10. Flash got that 3-second penalty still, so they got a... Joe could be the capper seat to try to pick up a position from his teammate. MKH still trying to get past PDN, but cannot make anything happen. Boulder Dragon is also staying in P3 right now and is about 8 seconds back. So right now he's currently on the podium, but he does have to gain some time to get ahead of Mike Pancake to get away from him here. So let's see if these guys on the mediums, can they go long enough to put the softs on, or are they going to have to pit to put the hards on? See what happens. What will happen here? Right now, MK Hitch coming towards the back of PDN, not making anything happen. He's staying in that 4/10 range. Where's the ERS? ERS is pretty low for MK Hitch, but PDN is saving up quite a bit. So PDN has hardly used any ERS. So that's going to be the deciding factor here. Right now, PDN can just use it to defend. We have some oversteer here for MK Hitch. AJ Saint spinning it through after turn 4, so he's lost a little bit of time. Of course, there's some back marker sure of Turther, looks like. MK Hitch is still trying to get to the back of PDM and not making anything happen. Holy Drag is still staying in P3. Looks like Mike Pancake is starting to catch the back of Chef Joe here. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Chef Joe is on those 9-lap-old mediums, so they have to pit again. Looks like they're coming up on Timmy that spun off after turn 6. MK Hitch, see if he can make a move. He's within 4/10 of PDM, and now them getting to the back. Oh, MK Hitch spins through after turn 6. So MK Hitch will lose some time. That will put Moldy Dragon right up to the back of MK Hitch. And Moldy Dragon left slam on the brakes. That was a really crazy rejoin by MK Hitch. Now Moldy Dragon's going to see if he can make a move to try to get past MK Hitch. See if he can get the spot. Dragon is coming to the pits. And he's already out, so we'll go back here. So he's going to put on... Dragon put on fresh hards. Moldy Dragon trying to get past MK Hitch. What is MK Hitch going to do now? He could pit now and put the mediums on and go to the end if he wanted to. He's got a gap to do it. So if he wants to try to get a little bit of gap. Looks like PDN's coming into pits. This is some stuff going on now. MK Hitch is staying out, so is Moldy Dragon. We'll check to see what happens here with this stop. He's going to put on the white wall soft tires. So, Moldy Dragon trying to get to the back of MK Hitch. He's got DRS, but not close enough to make anything happen. Flash is on those 18-lap on mediums. So we have 3 guys on mediums from the beginning of the race here, or 2 guys. We have Flash and Moldy Dragon left. Chef Joe has hard mediums on there, 10 laps old, and so does Dave Shark with 14-lap on mediums. So that means Moldy Dragon is he trying to play the long game here to put softs on here? Is he trying to stay out, or is he just trying to do a shorter stint on the hard? This is going to be interesting to see. A late safety car would help out these guys drastically, especially these guys up front that have not pitted yet. 3 guys out front. Now Chef Joe in the back of PDN now with those fresh tires. Can PDN pull away from Chef Joe, or is Chef Joe making it really hard for him? Also, Mike Pancake is starting to catch the back of Chef Joe. There's going to be a DRS range here very shortly. So what's going to happen? Moldy Dragon within a half second of MK Hitch. So let's see. There's a couple different battles going on here throughout the field. Chef Joe is with us second. Mike Pancake is also with the second. So we have a nice DRS train coming through between P3 and P6. Moldy Dragon not close enough to making anything happen yet. Going down to turn 1. So we have a couple guys battling side by side, but still nothing happening. Let's see who's gonna have the better exit here. Both these guys have old tires. Those tires on Moldy's cars gotta be screaming. Nothing happening. It looks like PDN look to the inside of iFlash. So PDN will be up to P3. Looks like Chef Joe and Flash are battling nose to tail. And Mike Pancake is also starting to catch the back of these guys. So the fresher tires here now might help those guys out. What's going to happen as they go throughout this race? We have a yellow. Where's the yellow? Looks like we have Do It For Dale pitting and Brembo also pitting. So these guys on the mediums. So we come in and put the hards on, trying to put the mediums on now. So we have mediums going on his car and mediums going on his car. So both those guys get mediums. Freebird should also be coming and put the mediums on. Yep, so mediums going on Freebird's car as well. So some guys in the middle of the field pitting. We still have the 2 good leaders on there that are on the tires that they started the race on. Same thing with Flash. So we got a mixture of tires in the middle of this field. MK Hitch is coming to the pits, so he is coming in the pits. Moldy Dragon is now leading on those 21-lap old medium tires. Medium tires going on Hitch's car, so that will probably put him out P6 most likely, because the guys that the DRS trade is starting to pass now. Looks like we have Flash coming in. On those medium tires, what tires is he going to put on? He is going to put on the white wall hard tires. So, interesting strategies by these guys. I don't know if he didn't think he can make it any farther than mediums, because a couple more laps, I could put the sauce on and go to the end. So, let's see what happens here towards the end of this. Moldy Dragon Pits now is going to come right around MK Hitch's area. MK Hitch is 5.6 seconds behind Mike Pancake, so PDN's in a really good spot right now. He's got a 3-second penalty, so he's got to stay ahead of Chef Joe by 3 seconds. Moldy Dragon still has to pit, and Mike Pancake already pit, so he's going to catch the back of these guys. He could be in the camper seat to win this thing if he keeps it up. He is right now 4 seconds off of PDN, so he's got to get within that 3-second range. He's got to get past Joe first. Brembo is getting close to the back of Do It For Dale, one not close to making anything happen. So right now, this is the closest battle on track. Moldy Dragon is coming in the pits. What is he going to do for a pit stop? Starting lap 23, what is he? That's going to put PDN in the lead. He is going to put on a set of hard tires. So the white wall hard tires for Moldy Dragon. We have Chef Joe coming to the pits also to do his second stop. So that's going to put Mike Pancake in a pretty good position. He just has to stay in the back of PD. He's going to get a second to get within the 3-second range that his penalty is. A set of mediums for Chef Joe as well. So that's going to put MKH back in a P3, Mike Pancake P2 currently, and PDN in the lead. So Mike Pancake has to get a second on them. We'll double check the penalty to make sure I'm not lying to you. A 3-second penalty for PDN, Flash, Brembo, and Turf that are in the back of the field. So that's what we're gonna watch here, because Mike Pancake's gotta gain that second to get in that range. Mike Pancake does have a little bit older tires, so the PDA can use the tire age to his advantage right now. MK Hitch is 3.6 seconds behind Mike Pancake, so he can use a tire advantage currently. Also, he's got to get within that 3 seconds of PDA to win this. Moldy Dragon's going to get those hearts to fire off and see if he can get something to happen. Ball guy 5.4 seconds behind Moldy Dragon from P20 on the grid to P5, so that's not bad. Chef Joe is at P6 with Flash at P7, so we got those guys. Both AlphaTaurs sitting good for points. Dace Truck 17 seconds behind at P8 on those 18-lap old mediums. I don't know if he's going to make it to the end of those mediums. He's probably got to pit again. AJ Saints P9 for the good start that he had. We had Do It For Dale in P10 with Tag Draken right behind him. So this is going to be a good battle for the last point spot. Brembo in P12. Slow Steady not too far behind him as well. So that's going to be a good battle for the last point spot, so we're going to watch that. But MKH is now 2.5 seconds behind Mike Pancake. PDA's got a 4.5 second lead on Mike Pancake right now, which is effectively a 1.5 second lead with the penalty applied. So right now they're doing pretty good. Try to stay even. MKH was just trying to stay alive, I'm assuming, with those hards. And now he's got about 3 seconds to gain to see if he gets back on top step of the podium here. So good those mediums can do. It's coming down the backstretch. Right now he's 1.9 seconds behind Mike Pancake, but nothing happening yet. Tag Jacket is a second away from Do It For Dale. We have a spin, so there's that looks like it is Flash. Flash spun on the backstretch, so that could give. I don't think he got any damage, so that's a plus. So he just lost time to his teammate. So right now, Tag Jacket I think spun. That Tag spun coming out of turn 1, so that's gonna be a tough break for him. He is outside of the points. Do It For Dale is not on the points. With Brembo breathing down his back. Brembo's got a penalty though, so he's not going to get any points. Can Brembo get in front of Do It For Dale, maybe back him up to his teammate, try to get his teammate into the points. PDN is about 3 seconds ahead of MK Hitch currently. Right now, MK Hitch has got some work to do. He's a second behind Mike Pancake now. Dave's truck is coming to do his last stop. He's got a decent gap, but I don't think he's going to be able to get back in the points even with this penalty, or even with all this. So MKH is back in the back of Mike Pancake. So we'll go to that battle here in a second once we get his stop recorded here. So he's going to probably put on a set of sauce, so we might guess. Yep, soft tires are going for him with only having 10 laps left. Going back up to the lead here. Moldy Dragon is P4 currently. Mike Pancake, or MKH gets past Mike Pancake. Mike Pancake doesn't put up too much of a fight because he knows there's not one. I think he's going to try to stay on his DRS to see if he can keep on the back of MKH to try to get into that 3-second gap as well. Maybe get another spot on the podium here. MKH is flying on those mediums though. So going down the front straight, Mike Pancake's got the DRS. So MKH's got 2.2 seconds to get in that 3-second penalty range within 10 laps left. Brembo is currently up at P10, so with Dace Truck's pit stop, that puts Williams in the points, and also Alfa Romeo. Both AlphaTauris are in the points. We have Ferrari, we have McLaren, Aston Martin, Mercedes, and Red Bull. So the only one who don't have the points right now is Haas, which is a tough break for them, but stuff happens. MKH is getting 0.2 of a second on the leader right now, so he's got a lot of work to do yet to get back in this. He has got no ERS to play with either. PDN has quite a bit. So, and PDN is also staying at the back of, looks like, is that Timmy? It is Timmy, so he's going to probably get DRS off of him as well going on the front stretch if he stays back close enough to not have to get worried, but blue flags to get past them. So MK Hitch is still trying to catch the back of PDN. Nothing really happened, and let's see if we can get anything close. Looks like we have Blitzing pitting. We have KWRacing pitting. So let's see what happens. Blitzing coming in to put softs on him, I guess. Softs for him. And KWRacing is retired from the race. Tough luck for KWRacing. Looks like PDN gets past Timmy. So those guys are out. So PDN's got to go. MK has 1.7 seconds to gain in about 9 laps. So can he do it? Can he get the spot? We'll all know this in about 10-15 minutes. We'll see where they finish. Coming down through turn 3, 4. Down the left-hand straight here. MKH is now within 1.5 seconds of that penalty. Make sure the penalty is still there at 3 seconds still. So PDN is still on about a 1.5 second gap. Looks like we have Mercedes is out. Let's see. Nobody on any really old tires. I was surprised Days Chuck's probably to go for fast laps, so I wouldn't be surprised if that goes out. So right now, currently, MKH going. MKH has the purple sector too, so MKH could be getting fast lap here. We get to see what's the lap time. Fast lap currently is Hitch. So coming down this, he is 8 tenths. He is outside of that 3 second window by 7 tenths. He is now gaining on that. He should be in that 3 tenths of a 3 second gap here very shortly. He is now 3.2 seconds, so he is 3.5. Sorry, so he is half a second outside of that. So he's just got to play it safe. Get in that 3 second range. No, it's 2 tenths, 3 tenths. Just like you might have ran a little wide there. That could have been the Haas back marker in front of him too. He's got a back marker in front of him. That should be Timmy. Alright, so MKH is now within that 3 seconds. So now he's just got to finish it off. It'd be cool to see if he could catch the back of him, but he's just got to really get in that 3 seconds to make it easy on him. Coming down these straights here, Timmy moves out of the way. And that puts MKH into the 3 second range of PDN. He's just flirting with it, so he's got to give himself a little bit of a buffer. Because he's had poor exits out of this last turn, so he's got to get closer so that way he doesn't lose it out of the last turn just out of pure luck. So he's now 3 tenths of a second safe, so he should be good. Let's finish this. Let's see what happens here. Anything can happen. Anyone can make a mistake. Moldy Dragon up to P4, Mike Pancake P3, Ball Guy P5 still. Have AlphaTauri 6 and 7. AJ Saints in P8, so double Red Bull points. We have Alfa Romeo in 9th and Brembo in 10th, so not too bad for the top 10. Got a mixed tires on this track, on the grid right now with what's finishing. So coming down here. Through the sector 2. Hitch is still with it. He's still safe on that penalty, so right now, currently, we have effective race leader right now is MK Hitch by about 3 tenths of a second. So it's going to depend on if these tires can hold on in the end or if PDS tires are going to prevail. So this is going to be really close. Now I figured to get a little bit of leeway, MK Hitch is going to have to get probably another half second on just to make sure he doesn't have any issues on the last lap. So that's the interval leader right now. Currently, yellow in sector 1, that's a Haas that spun. That should be Dave's truck, so Dave's truck's gonna lose a spot. He's going again. So MK Hitch is running currently. Now he's within the 2 seconds. He might catch him on track. We're going to see what happens here going down. We have 6 laps to go, drivers. Coming through turn 6. He's still about that 2-second mark, so this is safe enough for him right now, as long as he doesn't get any penalties. Look at this right now. We'll check the race director, see how many penalties that he has. And since we're looking for MK Hitch, so right now, Hitch has 1 track limits. 2 track limits. So Hitch is flirting on that 2 track limit, so he cannot get another warning, or he was going to get a penalty. So he's got to watch that. He's also out of ERS, so he's 1.4 seconds back. If he gets a penalty, he's gonna have to make the pass on track. So I think that's what he's trying to worry about. Make sure that if he does get a penalty, he's in fighting distance to try to be able to get the spot. But currently, Chef Joe is also within a second of Bald Guy, so we got to watch this battle as well. He's getting in that DRS range. Looks like he has it. So DRS open for the AlphaTauri driver of Chef Joe. So he's going to see if he can make a move. He's not close enough to make a move on Bald Guy yet, but he will be there next lap. MK Hitch is also within the half second of getting DRS as well. So we got to keep an eye on this battle towards the end of this race. 4.5 laps left of this race. So let's see, can Chef Joe get to the close enough to Ball Guy? He's not close enough yet, but he is within DRS range. MK Hitch is also is not quite within DRS range yet. So DRS detection port's right before the last turn, so he has time to get there on this lap. 3/10 gain. He's getting closer, closer, closer. He's 3/10 away, 2/10 away. He's not close enough to get DRS this time yet. He's getting closer to MK Hitch, but nothing happening yet. 3/10, Chef Joe's also getting close to the back of Ball Guy, so this is going to be interesting. Can Chef Joe make the move going down the front stretch to make something happen? He's right on his tail now, so let's see if Chef Joe can make a mistake. Going through the last turn, DRS is going to be open for that AlphaTauri again. He gained a lot on the last time around. 3/10. 2/10 coming down there. Looks like we had a Haas spin on the turn 1, so no issues on the front set. So, Chef Joe are on the outside. Ball Guy's going to defend the inside. Going to try to push him slightly wide, but he doesn't leave him enough space to go down to turn 3. Chef Joe's going to be the inside here. He's going to have the Haas to work with, but the Ferrari stays ahead. The Ferrari one's wide, so that's going to leave the door wide open for Chef Joe. Stays in this like he can get a better run down this straight. He cannot. He's going to cross over to get past the Ferrari. Chef Joe is going to try to see if he can get the lead. Touching wheels there. He's going to be ahead going into turn 6. Let's jump up to the lead battle now. Timmy's got 3-second penalty. We have MK Hitch is within the 3-second margin now. See if he can get some DRS to make the move on track. I know we got this penalty, but I do like to see a good last couple lap battle between leaders here. So he's at DRS. Can he pull himself in this battle here? He's got light flash. Neither driver has the light flash on the back of the car. PDN going to the inside to break the slipstream. DRS open for MK Hitch. He's going to be close enough to see if he can make a move. He is within now 0.6 of a second of the Red Bull driver. 3 laps to go. Now we have a battle here. MK is going down towards turn 3. Is not going to be close enough to make a move here. Does gain about 1/10 into the braking zone. And now we're going to watch this battle between Chef Joe and Ball Guy. So Ball Guy just barely stays within DRS range, but Chef Joe is using ERS up. So he has nothing to defend with. But he has way less downforce, I feel, than Ball Guy does, because he was pulling away even with DRS for the car behind. So going through the last sector here, MK Hitch is 3/10 back. As right on the tail here, those medium tires, those softer compound tires, is helping his race a bunch. Freebird is within 4/10, so slow and steady too, so he could potentially gain a spot. I don't think he should be close enough to get points, but he could potentially gain a spot on him. So these guys are coming up on this group of cars that's battling in front of them. So MK is going to try to look to the inside. PDN runs a little wide, try to open the turn up, try to open the straightaway, try to get a better run down the straightaway. So we have MK Hitch. I don't know why he's pointing to the back of the car when we have the battle in front. So MK Hitch has the DRS open. Going to look to see if he can find him. Let's see who's going to be ahead. MK Hitch looking to the inside. Going to push him wide. Side by side. Bumps wings. MK Hitch throws it in there. That was a tough break for PDN. PDN will keep the lead, but MK Hitch will have wing damage from this. So he's going to see if he can run this out. I wonder if PDN got damage from that as well. It's going to be close. that was some battling going in the turn one. MKH definitely did send it in there. I don't think. Oh, there's no damage on either car unless PDN lost a wing. So PDN is gonna be struggling the rest of this race. With MKH throwing it in there, that's gonna be a tough break for PDN. So that's gonna kind of leave the door open for Mike Pancake. Mike Pancake might be into that 3-second range here before too long. Towards the end of this, he is in the range. He is in the 3-second range. Moldy Dragon might even get there, depending on if those guys close up pretty quick. So we'll see if PDN's going to try to fight this out. He's got 1 lap left, so I'm assuming he's probably going to stay out there. But he's going to try to see if he can keep as many spots as he can. Worst, he's going to finish his P4 because he's not far enough back to be in threat from Chef Joe. The MKH is going to see if he can make a move going down the front stretch. This is the final lap of the race. Let's see, MKH is going to try to make a move around the outside. DRS open for MKH, and then we have Mike Pancake gaining on these guys as well. MKH, DRS open down into the final turn, but he is not far enough at... PDN used the ERS to try to stay ahead. DRS open for MKH as well, so he's going to try to make a move on these guys. MKH cannot make anything happen. Try to go on the outside, but PDN does block to keep him behind. We have Mike Pancake back there, is within 0.3 of a second, not close to making anything happen yet. But Moldy Dragon is also potential in here for a podium, so it's going to be close. These guys coming through the final, sector 2 here for the final time. PDN ahead by 0.3. MKH behind him. Mike Pancake a second behind MKH, and Moldy Dragon 0.7 behind him. So after the 35 laps we've run, it is still 4 cars under a 1.8 second blanket. Excuse me. So coming around to finish the lap, coming through sector 3 for the final time. PDN is currently leading on track, but Mike Pancake could potentially make a move on Hitch. Hitch is defending for that P2. Who's going to get up front? Moldy Dragon to look to the inside of Mike Pancake. Could he get P2? There could be a penalty for MK Hitch, so this could be a battle for the race win. So Moldy Dragon trying to get around the outside. MK Hitch going to have DRS open. PDN will come across the line first. Moldy Dragon, MK Hitch second. Moldy Dragon third. And Mike Pancake second. But PDN will drop to P4 after that. My guess is MK will probably get a penalty for that, depending on what happened, what's submitted. Chef Joe P5, Ball Guy P6, Flash P7 coming around here. And then AJ Sainz coming down through Sector 2. We have Dayshark 13th, Blitzing 14th, Timmy 15th, Turther 16th. So we have AJ Sainz coming around, the second Red Bull driver to finish the race. Then we have a battle for... actually, there's really no more battles left, so see where we're going. We have AJ Sainz coming around to finish the lap, so P8 for AJ Sainz. Then we have P9 for Duke for Dale. And running at the final point spot will be Brembo in P10. So Ball Guy will have the most position gained in this race. He would have gained 15 positions, so 14 positions. That is the biggest gainer of this race. The guys that finished, the biggest loser is Days Chuck. Brembo coming around to finish P10, and then Freebird is close to the outside of points, P11 and 12, just outside. So there's going to be some controversy. We have the top 3 drivers separated by a half a second. And PDN is 2 seconds behind, but he would probably be there if it wasn't. So it's going to be interesting. We'll come up here now. So that will tentatively put MK Hitch in the points lead, followed by Mike Pancake and Moldy Dragon. I thought Bold Guy got the points lead off of that. So we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we are at... Next Tuesday, we are at Belgium, so for the Belgium Grand Prix. So hopefully everybody has a good evening. We'll go over the results here one more time. And then this race will be up on YouTube by tomorrow morning. My YouTube channel is Anthony Rose. There'll be a link in the Discord. But we had a really good race, I feel. Minus that one incident between the 2 leaders. But it was a good battle between the 2 of them the whole race, so it was good to watch. But we'll go over the final spots here real quick. So we have MKH P1, we have Mike Pancake P2, Moldy Dragon P3, PDM P4, Chef Joe P5, Ball Guy P6, Flash P7, AJ Saints P8, Dufordale P9, and Brembo P10. So that will probably put Mercedes as the P1 constructors again. currently. Avatar's probably second, and we'll just go from there. So, outside the points, we have Freebird, Slow and Steady, Days Chuck, Blitzing Hawk, Timmy Ticker, and Turther. Those are the last guys that finished. Draken P17, and Rapture 18th, Jeering 19th, and Books in 20th. So, hopefully, y'all have a good one, and we will see you next Tuesday at Spa.